we were thinking about being cliche and rocking out like most people when they introduced Blackened by Metallica. We're not going to do that.
Not today.
Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey! I am Metahuman Dave!
It doesn't matter who the hell I am anymore. What the hell?
We just go Bill and Ted style. I am Bill S. Preston Esquire the Third.
Oh, man. Holy shit.
Mike wasn't ready for that.
No. This here works really well, though.
What's up, everybody? Metahuman Dave. Mike's behind me for some reason. We are reviewing Blackened by Metallica.
This is not the first celebrity whiskey we've had.
It is not the first. It's not the second. It might be the third.
I think it's the third.
But the biggest difference between all of those other ones and this one, I'm legit excited to try this one because they didn't just buy someone else's stuff and slap their label on it and claim they had their own distillery. They don't claim to have their own distillery, but they did reach out to one of the best master distillers in the business, Dave Pickerell. Rest in peace to Dave Pickerell, but this is his final project he's ever worked on.
If the smell is anything like the flavor, he has something to be proud of. Damn it, that smells good.
This is why I've been excited to try it. Dave Pickerell is known for trying new things and being inventive in ways that makes the whiskey unique. So this is not a bourbon, it's not an American whiskey, it's not a rye, well, I guess technically it is an American whiskey. It's a combination of bourbons, ryes, and whiskeys, as what the label says. Now, I have a question. Is there any other whiskeys that can say that they've been aged in black brandy casks? Because this was finished in black brandy. I don't know if any other whiskey's done that, so if you know of any others, leave it down in the comment section. But Dave don't mess around.
No.
It smells
Mr.
unique.
Pickerell just came out with something unique.
You like it?
I think so.
Did you taste it already or
yeah.
just smell?
Yeah, so on the nose, I get some random fruit. I don't know what it is, but also a caramel. A creamy, sweet caramel. And it's so well balanced. It's very much like a dessert. It smells fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
And that
I get
flavor.
like vanilla and fruit, which is weird. It's vanilla and fruit.
And some kind of a little bit of a spice in there somewhere. I don't want to say pepper, but it's something different. I don't know what it is. I know it's fantastic. I got that much. It's very nice. Very nice.
Now, this is one I've definitely been excited to try. One, because of Dave Pickerell being involved. Two, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone else age their stuff in black brandy.
Okay.
It's bottled at 45%, so they didn't go all the way down to 40 like a lot of these celebrity-owned whiskeys do. And Mike, this might sound gimmicky to you, but at the same time, I can understand at least the idea behind it.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
So, you ever been like in any type of concert, whether even if it was just school concert, and they have those horns that they hit that deep note and it just almost like sucks the air out of your lungs, like it just
Rumbles right through you.
Rumbles. Well, they kind of took that idea with this and created what they call black noise. They teamed up with Meyer Sound to create like this very special subwoofer that has this really deep resonating sound. And what they did is they speed aged the whiskey by putting the speaker right up to the barrels and playing what else but Metallica music.
Oh yeah.
At this really deep resonating sound. Now what happens, you're going to have like those little vibrations happen when the bass hits. So the idea, at least, is while this is happening, you're getting that vibration. It's interacting with the wood at a lot faster pace than something that's just simply sitting in the warehouse, not moving at all. So it's supposed to interact with the wood more. Now,
So-
did it work? I don't know.
It's kind of an accelerated aging process.
That's what they claim it is.
Gotcha.
Yes. I mean, there is a company, and I'll just say it's a scam, but there is a company that claims that they can make a 6-month-old whiskey taste like a 12-year-old. I don't know if it's that extreme,
I don't even know if I'd want to try it.
but you know, there's got to be something to the fact of something moving versus something being stagnant, right? It's got to at least be a little bit more interaction. Is it life-changing?
You
Maybe
get,
not.
You do get more interaction.
Yeah.
But you still mess with the chemistry in other ways. I mean, vibrations just don't give you all the positives that you want. Now that you've said that, with the whole aging thing, that might be my one negative with this thing. It doesn't taste old. It has a complex flavor profile,
Right.
but it doesn't sit in your tongue. It finishes fairly quickly.
I haven't taken a sip in a little while, and neither have you.
Okay.
Go back to it,
Okay.
because I got totally different flavor notes. It's almost like, I'm going to open this up. Again, we've been reviewing new bottles. I did pick this up, and I said it in the last video. I was at Top Shelf, and was staring at the wall for like 15 minutes. This is one of the bottles I ended up picking up. I've been wanting to try this for a while, and I think they sell it for 47 bucks for this one.
More than reasonable. More than
Brolic,
reasonable.
Brolic 2 will save you some money off of that price, though. But I still get a lot of sweet vanillas and fruit. You know, it tastes good, and Mike's right. It doesn't taste like it's a 10 or 12-year-old whiskey.
No.
These might only be 1 or 2 years old that were just speed aged
Yeah.
with the sound of Metallica music.
For being,
But there's nothing wrong with that. It
No.
tastes good.
it's good, but you see the color's not there. Like it didn't act like it was a whiskey that's been sitting around aging.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't absorb a lot of that color. I don't know. I do get a little bit of vanilla, but you know, on the second sip after we've been sitting for a while, it got a little more alcohol-y.
No way.
To me, it did.
I disagree. I just think it got more creamy.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm getting... That's what I was saying when I wanted you to take another sip, is I thought it got a lot creamier after sitting for a little bit. I don't get any alcohol burn with this.
No, I'm getting a little bit of alcohol now. It's starting to take over.
I've watched a few people review it.
Okay.
Not everyone's giving it very high praise, but every palate is different.
I don't think I can be mad at this. How could you not?
I actually, I'm thoroughly enjoying this to this point that I hope that even though Dave died, I hope this stays around. I think this is going to have a permanent shelf space in my collection. I like it
nice.
that much that I will probably always have a bottle as long as it stays around. So hopefully it does, even though Mr. Pickerell had passed on.
All right, I'm at probably 7.5, 7.6 on this.
Dude, we're pretty damn close then, man, because
You're catching up then.
I was not going to score it an 8, but I definitely would give it a very high 7, so 7.8.
Okay. Yeah, I think the knocks on it. It doesn't have a long finish. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't stick around on the palate. I don't know. It doesn't taste like an old whiskey, but it still has. It still has a complex flavor profile.
And that's the thing.
It's
This
nice.
this is why Mike and I are a lot different than some of the channels out there.
Mhm.
We are not age snobs. We're not saying that something has to be aged 12 years before it's even acceptable on our palates.
That's so
Uh,
weird.
But for a young whiskey, which this is clearly a young whiskey, it's still very enjoyable.
It is.
I like it. I think that they did a good job, man. I gotta give props to Metallica for reaching out to Dave to work together,
You mean doing it the right way?
doing it the right way, not just slapping a label on
Well,
it.
exactly. You're Metallica. You have a legacy. I mean, you're one of the greats in what you do. Don't just do half-ass stuff. And this is definitely not half-ass.
I gotta say, man,
This is
in
definitely
all
not-
honesty, I get some hate for this, but I would expect Metallica to go the half-ass route. You know, I would have expect them to just be like, hey, we are Metallica.
True.
People will buy whatever the hell we put our name on.
True.
Funny enough, Metallica's name's not even on this. It is named Blackened. There's nothing that even says Metallica anywhere, front or back, no mention. But you see,
Exactly.
remastered, using Metallica terms, right? Remastered by Dave Pickerell. So even they gave the props to Dave. The guy is a legend. That kudos to Metallica for doing that.
Yeah. That's
So
respect.
every batch has their own playlist for the aging process. We have batch number 89. I'm not going to list all the songs. What I'll do is leave a link down in the description on where you can watch or where you can view all the different playlists that each batch has. Batch 89, I remember, had The Call of Cthulhu. It had Damaged Ink. I don't remember what else, but there was like 8 songs, and they were all chosen by Robert Trujillo. Each member chooses the playlist for the different batches. Batch 81, though, the whole squad was involved in. That
Very
one.
first one.
Now, that's a great opportunity, too, is maybe taste testing batch 81 versus batch 85 versus batch 89 in a head-to-head tasting round and see, does the playlist actually affect the whiskey? So, being that I already like this, I would not be opposed to trying a head-to-head taste test of all the different batches. So if you have a different batch and would be down with sending us a sample, hit us up, brolicwhiskey@gmail.com, and I'll send you the address where you can send us a small little 1 or 2 ounce sample. That'd be a cool video, I think. A video of
fun.
all the different batches.
It'd be fun.
What do you think on this? Because I haven't even nosed it yet.
I nosed it. I've got another weird one for you.
Very sweet still.
You got sweet.
Yeah.
I got pickly.
So you got some more of the rye there.
Yeah, I got pickly.
Yes, his smells more rye now.
Yeah, I've got. It really,
Mine has a little of the rye. Yours has a lot of the
Okay.
rye. So I might have
Yeah.
given you 2 drops while I only had 1 in mine.
Maybe you just shorted me on the whiskey.
Could be.
Okay, all right. Anyways, I got a little bit of that pickly. It was like a jar of diluted pickle juice.
Sometimes you get that with rye.
Yeah, and I got that. Flavor note wise, it tasted a little pickly. It brought out the alcohol to me. It brought out that burn, which makes it pretty unenjoyable for myself. Again, duration, finish, it's pretty short-lived. Not really enjoying it too much. Not too good.
Really?
Not too good.
I'm not hating it. I
Okay.
mean, I'll do what I normally do. It's opposite side. Because yours even smelled different than mine.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be really careful. Unfortunately, sometimes you're a little nervous on camera, and I might have dropped 2 drops.
After 70 videos, you get a little nervous. on
70.
camera?
We're at like 85, bro.
Well, that's what I meant to say. 85 videos.
Yours does taste completely different. There you go.
Oh, I get to drink from the branded side, huh?
So, see what mine tastes like, because mine tastes a lot sweeter than yours.
Oh, yeah. That's a different drink. These are 2 completely different drinks. That is all the vanilla creaminess. This is pickle juice. I guess you have to be real sensitive with your water, adjust it to your own personal liking. It's kind of neat that they do that.
Yeah.
You can almost customize this drink to you. But that, I would score probably around a 6.3, somewhere around there. This, I'm taking down to like a 4.95.
Right.
This is weird. Not gross,
So
but weird.
1 drop is the way to go. Very, very sweet.
Wow.
It took away some of the oily mouthfeel that was there a little bit, but it really brought out more of the creamy texture. I'm kind of torn a little bit. I do believe I like it better neat, but it's still a good 7.2 for me.
Alright. We got one more way to do this.
Should we hit him up with a question, or should we make him wait?
I don't know. Hit him up with a question.
You know what? I'm putting a link down below with what's in my playlist, batch number 89. Out of the songs that are on batch 89's playlist, what is your favorite Metallica song? Only with batch 89. So go to the Blackened website, which I'll leave a link down below. Out of our playlist, what is your favorite song on that list?
And if you haven't heard Metallica, enjoy. I know hard rock's not, or heavy metal isn't really for everyone, but these guys are legitimately good.
That's a segue opportunity for me. Speaking of things that's not for everybody.
What are we talking about? Oh.
The Rocks.
Yeah. I can't argue with the other
You
side.
guys heard me. I liked it a lot. Neat and even diluted, which is rare. I rarely like a whiskey with the water. I'm not digging it on the ice. I'm going to give it one more sip before I give my decision, but first impressions are not great.
It wasn't. It's anything on the nose is negligible. You can argue it's the glass or it's the ice. There doesn't seem to be much coming from the drink itself. On the palate,
A little sweet tries to show up.
no, I even get diluted rye. It feels so watered down. I think now the age of this whiskey's showing. I really do. Because there's all the complexity that you had when it was just,
Don't do it.
Yeah, when it was just blackened. All that complexity is now gone. It's very.
I'll
bland.
still say this is a huge win for Metallica. It's a huge
Yes.
win for Dave. To know this is the final project Dave worked on, I think he did a phenomenal job. Would I have liked older whiskeys involved? Yeah. But
I don't know.
it tastes delicious as
Yeah.
is. As long as you don't do that. I'm scoring that like a 3.
I'm probably with you. There's nothing there.
So 3.
There's nothing there. Yeah, let's leave it simple as that. You guys don't need to really do it with the ice. Screw the ice. Save the ice for a margarita.
Either neat or even one drop of water will make the Metallica Blackened very enjoyable.
I would say just take it neat with all that complexity.
Alright, so the camera shut off not once but twice on us, so we're hoping that it's cooled down enough for us to finish this video. I think we were saying, as long as I remember right, it's like $47 at Top Shelf. You can use promo code Brolic2 to save yourself some money. I think Dave Pickerell and Metallica did a good job on this whiskey for under $50. As long as my collection goes, it's probably going to stay on there as long as it's available. If you have a different batch other than 89, please hit me up. I'd love to do a side-by-side comparison of the different batches to see if there's genuinely a difference in taste. BrolicWhiskey@gmail.com. And, I mean, if you need to be bribed and you don't have 89, I could send you a sample of ours as well. Just in case, we're just going to say peace,
Chopsticks.
chopsticks, cheers, yada, yada, yada.